Greetings and salutations, viewers. I'm StarPrincessHLC, and welcome back to Lads in Distress. When we last left off, we were still hanging out with Princess ZEL in the tower. He still doesn't want to leave, although we are trying to kind of acclimate him to the idea of leaving into the outside world, but it's a slow process. We've been here for weeks, and we got the dragon in the background somewhere, and that kind of stuff. So, right now, we're, I guess, trying to talk to him about our kingdom, it sounds like, because we're talking about a beautiful secluded forest that, in our kingdom, has dozens of fairies put charms on long ago. I used to run off and have many adventures in there all the time as a kid. The waterfall in there is absolutely blinding, and the trees can speak, although most of them are silent and calm. I've been lucky enough to find many who are willing to sing a lonesome soul to sleep through, though, and wow, they are hands down better singers than half the people in the royal choir. There are hundreds of fruits in there that, or there are hundreds of fruits in there that don't exist anywhere else. Each are as dazzling and as delicious, of course, as the others. That sounds wonderful. I wish I could go out and see everything you're describing with my very own eyes. I definitely want to try some of those fruits, too. I'm a sucker for good food. Ha! Finally, I knew this would work. Nicole was right when he said the weight of man's heart is through his stomach. You can. You definitely can. I can be your tour guide for the forest. It's been there often enough, or I've been there often enough. ZEL shakes his head. No, I can't. I wish I could, but I can't. What do you mean? There's nothing stopping you, ZEL. If you want to leave this tower, you can, and you will. You don't understand. Help me understand, and I'll be ignorant forever if you don't explain. No, I don't know, Charming. I can't leave. I don't even want to. I rubbed my forehead, frustrated. You just said you did. I said I wanted to see the world, and I do, but not if it means I have to abandon my tower. Alright, ZEL, I understand. I don't, at least not completely, but it feels futile to disagree. ZEL clearly has his reasons, although he isn't letting me in on them. How can I change his mind when I can't even convince him to tell me what he's thinking? I sigh. Well, he did seem to open up a tab when I was telling him stories, or when he first left the tower. Perhaps that is his weakness. Smiling brightly, I launched into another story. Oh, before I forget, I need to tell you about the pixies who live there. Without doubt, they're the funniest creatures I have ever met. I try to focus as I write a letter back home, but to no avail. Hey ZEL, what's for dinner? I'm starving. ZEL asks before hopping to the pots, but then he freezes. What's wrong? Remember how we had a feast this morning? And this noon? Oh, of course, that was fantastic. Your cooking is so perfect that nothing I say can express my appreciation. I rub my belly at the memories. Charming, we're out of food. What? We ate everything the dragon brought us for the week. It was supposed to last us 2 more days, but I guess we overdid it. I go slack-jawed at the words. That's impossible. Did the dragon bring less food than usual? No, I think he may have brought more. We managed to run out either way, though. I'm so sorry. I should have managed our rations better. My stomach grumbles again, and ZEL's face contorts into one of apologetic sorrow. I wish I could give you something to eat. But we don't have anything anymore. Neither a single berry nor a small stalk of celery. Our best bet is to hope the dragon returns soon with more, but it's unlikely he will, even if we pester him. And that is assuming he'll visit tonight, which is even less plausible. That's not a problem. I can make food myself. What do you mean? It's not like I can't think of anything to cook. We don't have any ingredients left. No, you're misunderstanding me. I don't need ingredients. I could conjure food from thin air using my magic. ZEL gawks at me. Yeah, I'm like, what? What? Exactly. It's a pity. I do love your cooking. It's definitely my turn to share the burden, though, so I will. I snap and point towards the bed with both fingers. The actions are more for bravado than necessity, but no matter. Elegant dishes poof into existence, each of them piled up with foods from all over the world. From beside me, ZEL practically salivates. This is amazing, Charming. You're amazing. I beam with pride. I've always wanted to show this trick off to someone. It would definitely probably help world hunger if you had a ton of people doing that. Thank you. Though I must admit, this food is not half as amazing as yours. I hope you won't be disappointed. Oh, don't mess with me like that. He must have pitied my attempts at cooking. It doesn't even come close. So that's not true. I'm nothing without my magic. I couldn't cook a bowl of soup with my bare hands if my life depended on it, much less anything that tastes half as good as your worst efforts. I can't even boil water. ZEL pouts momentarily, but his smile returns to the sight of the food on the bed. I doubt it, but seriously, this is wonderful. Super quick, too. What a lifesaver. Do you mind if I start eating? All this delicious food just for me? ZEL mumbles, a hungry look in his eyes. When I clear my throat in amusement, he chuckles sheepishly. I mean, for us, of course. I'm sorry, I just forgot myself for a moment there. I have been having the same dishes every day for 9 years. Do you mind if I start eating right now? Laughing at his eagerness, I give him a gentle shove towards the food. Go on, dig in. I didn't make it for us to stare at until it rotted away. We laugh before pouncing on the food before us. Oh heavens, this tastes as good as it smells. Am I in heaven? I was afraid we would have to starve ourselves tonight. Why did you tell me before? We could have feasted like this on the daily. Magic can be tiring to use, and your cooking tastes much better than anything I could conjure. My food is inferior to yours. It was made with magic, which doesn't have any feelings to speak of. I'd like to think your dedication and the heart you put into your cooking are what elevate your food from phenomenal to, well, heavenly. ZEL blushes from the compliment, looking away even as he keeps shoveling food into his mouth. That must be quite a sight. Thank you, charming. But you are merely flattering me. Even royal cuisines can't possibly compare to this, especially considering how fast everything just popped up. Now you are the one flattering me, but thank you. I'm glad I could make you smile with this. I'm only saying the truth. Your compliments about my cooking mean so much more now that I know it's coming from someone who experiences in eating such quality foods. Hey, does that mean you didn't trust my words before? Maybe, but maybe not. Who knows what I mean? I gasp in feigned horror. For shame! How rude. No more food for you until you apologize. I'm sorry. Please let me keep eating, charming. Your food is too delicious for me to give up for merely my pride. Oh, you two are adorable. Of course I trusted your judgment, charming. I just trust it even more now, and I didn't think that would be even possible. I stick my tongue out at him, despite knowing full well how immature I'm being, causing both of us to laugh. You did know that you will be taking over the duty of cooking from now on, right? I gave a loud snort of disbelieving laughter. You're pulling my leg, right? What kind of gentleman would make a lady cook for him? What kind of lady would let the gentleman cook for her all this time without informing him the trick she has been holding up her sleeves? I giggle in delight. ZEL is always so shy and soft-spoken. It's amazing to see him relax and banter with me like this. But you look so adorable cooking for me. Does he have a little apron that says "Kiss the Cook" on it? I wish I had been able to put on... Dang it. Wait, I can make one with my magic. Probably. I give an evil grin at ZEL's horrified and embarrassed expression. He coughs loudly, the tip of his ears turning red. How can you tell with all the hair? But reminded of the similar exchange we had the first time we met, I'm about to come to his rescue and change the topic again when a strange sort of determination touches his expression. He clears his throat and smiles shyly at me with a hint of teasing. How thoughtful of you, charming. Is he trying to overcome his shyness for me? Just when I thought ZEL cannot be any more adorable. I beam back at him, heart fluttering in happiness. Of course, thoughtful is my middle name. Well, it'll probably be better than your first name, charming. ZEL gives a laugh as he relaxes. Can you really create an apron with magic out of thin air? Probably. Can't say I've ever tried to, because why would I have a need for a magical apron? I'm a princess, for God's sake. But the technique can't be too different from making food with magic. I've been meaning to ask you. How do you know how to make food with magic, anyway? You're so skilled at it, too. It must have taken so much practice. But why? You must have had professional, world-famous chefs at your beck and call, no matter the time of day. Thought it would be fun to learn. To be honest, I was surprised Nicole even agreed to teach me. This kind of magic is forbidden after all. Magic that involves creating actual items and not merely illusions is heavily restricted due to concerns that abuse of such magic would destroy the economy of the country and create inherent unfairness. But it sounds too interesting to pass up on the opportunity to learn it. Besides, you never know when it'll come in handy. Like now. I do tend to wander off a lot on my own when I am allowed, so this is certainly a useful skill to have. Sal looks back at his food with an appreciative glint. I can't say I disagree with that. Giggling at Sal's obvious love for the food, I toss a cupcake at his face. Oh man, now I want a cupcake. Surprisingly, Sal manages to catch it, fumbling only slightly. He raises an eyebrow at me, laughter in his voice. Did you just throw food at me? Apparently it's now fast food. I shrug instantly. I have no idea what you're talking about. Hee hee, I'm such a bad girl. Sal plops the cupcake in his mouth, his next words coming out muffled. If this food isn't too good to resist, I would start a food fight with you right now. Chuckling, I give him a gentle shove. Don't speak with your mouth full. Didn't anyone teach you that? I'm sorry, this is just so good. I'm really glad you're enjoying this so much, Zell. This is the best thing anyone has ever done for me. Thank you, Charming. You know, not the fact that we had a nice little picnic outside by the tower. No, it's just that I had to conjure up cupcakes for him. You're very welcome. We smile at each other in silence for a moment before continuing to devour the buffet before us. Aw, that's adorbs. I stretch and yawn as I lift myself up the edge of the bed. I'm so bored. Zell, how in the world do you survive so long? There's nothing to do. Zell shrugs. Soon you'll enjoy the lack of things to do. It's meditative in a way. I don't see that happening, sadly. I'm a go-getter. I like adventures, not yoga. I pout at him. As for you, aren't there still days when you feel tempted to leave to go out and play? Zell gives me an indulging smile. I don't know, Charming. Maybe. Sometimes. Why don't we go out on another picnic? Another one? Yeah, we had a lot of fun last time, didn't we? It's definitely time to go on another date. The blood rises up his cheeks, and I try my best to suppress my chuckle. A date, huh? Well, if you say so, I can't refuse. It does sound like it would be fun. Of course it'll be. It's between the two of us, after all. We'll be staying next to the tower, right? That's doable for sure. I shake my head. Well, that could be fun too, but there's somewhere else I want to go. When I was coming here to save you, I saw a really pretty pond only minutes from here, and I really want to take you there. Is that alright? Zell begins to fidget with his hair. I don't know, Charming, that's really far away. But it could be so much fun. Even from a distance, it was so beautiful. I want to share it with you. I thank you for the offer. I look down at my feet. Come on, Zell. Why not? It's not that far away, and we can return immediately afterwards. Trying to lighten the mood, I crack a weak joke. Trust me, I know the way. We won't get lost or anything. No, I'd much rather stay. I'm sorry, maybe next time. Why not, though? I won't force you to doing anything you don't want to do, but can't you at least tell me your reasons? Are we not good friends? I make the cutest, most irresistible pleading face at him, even stifling and tearing up to increase the effect. Zell tries to avert his eyes, but he quickly gives in. Alright. Zell gives a wry smile and shakes his head. You win. You always do. I clasp my hands happily, all traces of tears gone. Zell just looks at me with an amused expression on his face before sighing. Well, it's complicated. I can hardly make sense of it and put it into words, but I suppose the one reason is that I have all these great expectations about the world around me, and I love daydreaming about them. But what if the world isn't as beautiful as I expect? What if I do leave, and what if I do venture around looking for the next beautiful landscapes, only to be disappointed time and time again? That I won't even have my imaginations and hopes to rely on. I tilt my head, pondering his concerns for a moment. That's interesting. So he's afraid reality won't match up to his expectations. How very ZEL of him. If it's any consultation, your dreams will still be with you. You may be dejected that they're not real, but that doesn't mean you can't continue to daydream about them. I suppose. Besides, the lake I'm talking about may be extraordinary, but it's far from the best of nature's offerings. Even if you end up being disappointed, it isn't the end of the world. Believe me when I say much more magical landscapes are out there. Our focus will hopefully be more on each other than on the world around us anyway. I giggle at the flustered expression on ZEL's face as he looks at everything but me. Don't choke to death, I'm mostly kidding. Peering at me from behind his fringes, he asks quietly, in an almost hesitant tone, "But not completely? Unless you want me to be." ZEL hesitates before shaking his head, his cheeks flushing a startling red as he averts his eyes again. I guess I don't. Don't want you to be kidding, that is. I giggle, charmed as always by his shy responses. There is something very appealing about his bashfulness that just warms my heart. So you're alright with heading out then? I sigh in disappointment at ZEL's hesitation. I suppose I should have expected this. I honestly don't know why I keep trying. Well, alright, let's push him a little with the puppy dog eyes. I'm not going to give up like this. If I give in now, he will stay in this self-imposed isolation forever. Surely he can't resist my puppy dog eyes. It did work out before, just now, didn't it? There's no shame in trying again. I pouted ZEL, pleading at him with my eyes. Please. It would mean a lot to me. Charming. I could see the internal struggle in his eyes. Finally, he turns away with a sigh. Alright, if it makes you happy, I will. Surprised by his quick concession and the unexpectedly sweet response, I clear my throat and quickly look away. It would make me very happy indeed. Then alright, we can go. ZEL chuckles at my happy squeal and I pull him towards the window before he can change his mind. You were totally right, Charming. It's absolutely stunning here, beyond my imagination. I let out the nervous breath I didn't know I was holding. Yeah. I'm glad you like it. I do, I really do. The wonder written all over his face dawns me to him, and I inch closer without even realizing. This is beautiful, and yet according to you, this is still far from the best. How amazing are the so-called best, then? I smile and give him a playful wink. That's for you to see for yourself. Beauty's subjective, after all, or at least that's what they say. I think they're wrong. Some things are beautiful, even by objective standards. Like you. Aw, ZEL. I blink at him in shock as the red spreads over his cheeks. He starts rambling in embarrassment. I mean, you're beautiful. One would have to be blind not to see that. I'm sure many people have told you this before. Probably ever since you were a ZEL. He looks at me reluctantly. I open my mouth to speak, but when our eyes meet, I find myself beginning to feel oddly self-conscious and losing my train of thought. ZEL and I continue to stare into each other's eyes in silence for a long, long time. Any thought of conversation easily being brushed aside as an unwanted distraction. It is ZEL who finally looks away, blinking rapidly several times in a row. I can't help but giggle at the redness of his face. I will never get used to how adorable he is. Thank you for the compliment, ZEL. As for you, you're objectively handsome. ZEL smiles sheepishly as he puts together his hands. Thank you, Charming. You're far too nice. Overwhelmed by a sudden rush of affection for him, I reach out to hug him. But I stop. What am I doing? How do I keep losing all sense of propriety and responsibility when I'm with him? What is it about his sincere sweetness that keeps making me forget what I set out here to do in the first place? He's dangerous. I need to stop getting so attached to this man. He's insisted on staying inside his tower, and I could never lead such a life. I can't possibly be tied down like that. I'd suffocate. I cannot possibly develop feelings for him. It could never work out. Or could it? I don't know what comes over me, but I end up wrapping my arms around him after all. While ZEL is still stiff with shock, I press a quick kiss to his cheek before I can overthink it. Charming! Stepping away from him, I noticed a hint of pleasure hiding under that blush of his and smiled to myself. Yes? Fine weather it is today. Oh, brother. I laugh. He's far too cute for me to be able to suppress my feelings. Yes, fine weather indeed. Everything will work out in the end. At least I hope it will. Aw. That was sweet. Quietly, I slipped back into the room through the window, peeking around to look for ZEL. Thankfully, ZEL is exactly where I left him, snoring away in the chair, his head on the table. Phew. Good thing I didn't wake him. I want this to be a surprise. Making sure his breathing is steady, I tiptoed my way across the room towards the bed. Quickly shoving the books under the bed, I slide under the blankets and shift into a more comfortable position. I freeze mid-action, turning to look at ZEL. He seems to be waking up now, his eyes slowly fluttering open. As ZEL lifts his head, I notice the redness of his eyes and some suspicious tear stains on his cheeks. Has he been crying? I immediately close my eyes, pretending to still be asleep. Oh, Charming, you're back! I suddenly feel arms on my shoulders, pulling me into a tight hug. My eyes fly open in shock. Heavens! I thought you left. I woke up in the middle of the night and you were gone. I thought you had enough of living like this and went back home. I thought you left without saying goodbye. I understood why you would have done that, but still I was so sad. I missed you. I'm so glad you're here, Charming. ZEL babbles on, sounding close to tears. I pull away from him slightly, staring at his distraught face. Has he been crying because he thought I wouldn't be coming back? Feeling my heart clench at the sight of his tears, I reach out and brush my fingers against the wetness of his cheeks. As if I could ever leave him like that. As much as I hate to admit it, he means too much to me already, although I haven't even known him for that long. You're an idiot. I would never leave without saying farewell. I'm really sorry. I'm just so happy to see you again. Where did you go? Why didn't you at least leave a note or wake me and tell me before slipping out? Sighing, I tugged the books from the hiding spot under the bed. I brought some books for us. Mostly for you. Today's your birthday, isn't it? At the surprised look on ZEL's face, I hastily elaborate. Your kingdom used to have kingdom-wide activities every year on your birthday to mourn your disappearance, so that's how I know today is your birthday. I wanted to give you a surprise present, so I snuck out to head to the nearest village to buy these for you. I'm sorry I worried you. I figured I could make it back before you woke up. ZEL blinks at me silently for a moment. As the silence drags on, I shift uncomfortably, wondering if I did something wrong. I'm sorry, do you not like this present? Did I overstep my boundaries? You don't have to take them if you don't like books. ZEL suddenly pulls me into a strong hug again. His arms wrap around me tightly, not letting me go anywhere. Overwhelmed by his proximity and his warmth, I let myself melt into his arms, sighing with contentment. No, I love your present. Thank you. This is the best present I've ever received. I'm so touched and happy right now, I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much. ZEL pulls away all too soon. I try to push away the pang of disappointment. He looks at me with wide eyes, shining in excitement. Which ones are for me? Oh. I stare down at the pile of books in my hand. Half are educational books about history, politics, and other important matters, while the other half are fictional stories about adventures and mysteries. I didn't know which would be more suitable for ZEL's taste, so I ended up buying both and deciding later instead. I just didn't realize it would come so soon. I think he'd like the storybooks just a little bit more. ZEL likes adventures, doesn't he? And he is always so curious about the world, no surprise there. I think he will enjoy these stories about wild adventures and journeys more. After all, it is his birthday. I should give him a more enjoyable, fun present. I place the storybooks in his waiting arms. Here, these are for you. I chose some of my favorite fictional books for you. Most of these are either adventure stories or murder mysteries. I'm not sure if they are your cup of tea, but I hope you enjoy them anyways. ZEL's eyes the colorful cover of the book with an almost irreverent look on his face, his fingers stroking the illustration gently. Thank you. I love them. I'm so happy to finally have some new books to read. His enthusiasm is contagious. I myself am beaming back at him, pleased that I can make him so happy with such a simple gesture. I watch as he flips open a page and skims through the words excitedly. ZEL's face suddenly falls, and I can feel his happiness fading away. What's the matter? Do you not like them? Frantically, I try to recall the content of that particular book. I don't think I actually chose any books that would be offensive or depressing. No, it's not that. It's just... ZEL gives a heavy sigh, still avoiding my eyes. I don't know if I can actually read these books. I mean, I do know how to read. I still remember how to read since I pick up these old books every once in a while when I'm especially bored. It's just that I was taken away when I was 8. I was nowhere near finishing my lessons. My reading skills are still around that of an 8-year-old, even though I'm officially 18 now. I'm ashamed to admit that I may not even be able to understand this simple language. I'm sorry you went to so much trouble to buy books for me. It's my birthday present, and Don't worry, I promise I will try my hardest to read these books over and over until I understand what they mean. ZEL tries to give me a fake cheerful smile, but the embarrassed flush on his cheeks and his downcast eyes tell me all I need to know. Inwardly, I berate myself for my oversight. How did I not anticipate this problem before? I should have picked another present. Now I made him feel bad about himself, when it's clearly not his fault that he had received his less education. Taking his hand in mine, I give it a comforting pat. Hey, don't worry about it. I'm sorry, it's my fault I didn't think about this in the first place. Listen, why don't I help you with this? I can read out loud to you, and if you don't understand any word or idea, just ask me immediately. I will explain it to you. ZEL's shocked eyes met mine. You would do that for me? Of course. I would be more than happy to. Surprisingly, I find that I do mean it. If I had to read to anyone else, I would probably be incredibly reluctant to do so. However, because it's ZEL, for some strange reason, I'm actually looking forward to it. If I had any doubts about my offer, the brilliant smile that spreads across ZEL's face and lights up his eyes just erases all my hesitation. Thank you, Charming. That would be amazing. I'm sorry I keep giving you so much trouble. You don't. Besides, you're intelligent. I'm sure you will understand everything easily, so I won't have much to do. Do you want to get started now? ZEL's enthusiastic nodding makes me laugh. Alright then. Come sit a little closer so I don't have to yell and destroy my throat by reading loudly for hours. Scooting over closer to the wall on the bed, I open the first book and pet the space next to me. ZEL hesitates for a brief moment, blushing furiously before climbing into bed, settling down beside me. To be able to see the pages of the book, ZEL is sitting so close to me that his head is basically leaning against my shoulder. Ready? Yes, thank you again, Charming. You have no idea how much this means to me. Trying not to get distracted by the affection in his voice or his closeness, I clear my throat and begin reading. ZEL looks practically captivated by the story, often gasping in childlike excitement at some of the more exciting parts. I find myself becoming more and more involved in the story as I read, half due to ZEL's contagious enthusiasm. At some point, I even started making sound effects as though I were reading a bedtime story to a child, causing ZEL to giggle and blush. I soon lose track of time as I continue reading, pausing to catch my breath at certain times. Eventually, ZEL's breathing slows. He fell asleep on top of me. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice that ZEL's eyes are closed, his head on my shoulder, and a content smile on his sleeping face. Quietly so as not to wake him, I let my voice trail off and close the book. ZEL's steady breaths tickle my neck as he inhales and exhales. He looks so carefree and innocent when he sleeps that my lips involuntarily curve up into a smile. ZEL. I breathe out his name softly as I give in the urge to brush the errant strands of hair out of his face. The fluttering in my stomach comes back once again in full force, giving me no choice but to admit my feelings. I have fallen in love with him, haven't I? Despite my best efforts to resist his charm, he has stolen my heart with his childlike innocence and sincere sweetness, so unlike anything I've seen before. Even his timidity, or rather cowardice and naivete, seems endearing to me now. Somehow, in a world full of greed and selfishness, ZEL remained untouched by the darkness of men's hearts, and I will do everything I can to protect that part of him. Aww, that's adorable. But I guess we'll leave it off for now, just to see what's gonna happen next. That was a sweet and touching moment, and the oh no definitely gets me a little concerned. But I guess we'll deal with that next time. Hopefully we'll be getting closer to wrapping up ZEL's storyline. But for now, this is Star Princess HLC saying, thank you very much for watching, and have a fond farewell.